Chicago is here with the latest, and Megan, as we mentioned, just the beginning here.
Yeah, this is a multi-day event starting a few hours ago and continuing through Friday. You can see where we have the severe thunderstorm watch right now. It extends from Texas all the way up through Oklahoma into Kansas, parts of Missouri as well. They have just extended that as we're starting to see some storms popping farther north. We've got tornado warnings. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings. Hail to baseball size has already been reported. Part of the problem is we've got a clash between dry air and moist air. The brown showing the dry, the moist air in the green. And as that collision happens, you're likely to see storms bubbling up with the progression of that collision area. Now, we're looking into tomorrow. We're likely to see the potential for there to be even more of a tornado chance, less of a hail chance, more tornado probability around the deep south from Louisiana into the Florida panhandle. Damaging winds and flash flooding also a potential there. But then working into that very busy travel day that is the Friday before Easter, all up and down the East Coast, the storm system progresses towards the Atlantic and will create some ripple effects in that regard as well, Jeff.
Megan Glaros watching all of it for us this week, Megan.
WBBM in Chicago. Megan, what did we learn from this latest advisory?
Nora, what the good news out of this, I suppose, is that it's moving north now, away from the Bahamas. They're out of that eye wall. They are still getting impacts from Dorian, but it's moving away. For folks along the Florida coastline, like you and your crew, you're starting to get tropical storm force conditions out there, and that will continue through tonight into tomorrow. Right now, a Category 2 storm. Winds are at 110 miles per hour on this. It is moving now a little bit more, up to about 6 miles per hour on off to the north and west. And what I'm anticipating from this is that it does not make any sort of landfall along the Florida coastline, though it will impact everyone in the Sunshine State. We are watching for the potential for there to be a landfall maybe somewhere along the South or North Carolina coastline. So that's the next big game changer in terms of where this track will be. So let's take a peek at what that means for folks there, because we do know we're seeing tropical storm force gusts, which are already occurring across a large portion of Florida. Now could even see hurricane force conditions up across anywhere from Charleston north into North Carolina. Nora.
Hurricane Harvey. Meteorologist Megan Glaros of our Chicago station WBBM TV is here with that. Megan, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Anthony. We do have the absolute latest for you now. The system continues to weaken in terms of its wind speed, but not at all in terms of what it's going to pump in here moisture-wise. Still tapping in to the Gulf of Mexico, still a Category 1 storm, but now the winds on this are down to 80 miles per hour. And wind speeds at 80, the forward motion still around the same at about 6 miles per hour, still just crawling, and that will not change over the course of the next few days. We already have some high rainfall totals courtesy of Harvey. Let's take a peek at what's already on the map. Victoria already over 16 inches of rain. McFadden over 11, almost 12 inches of rain. We're at almost 11.5 inches in Ostwell. Edna 9 inches. Sugarland 9 inches. And it has only just begun. We're talking about days of rainfall to come. Let's take a look at what we're going to deal with here in terms of additional rainfall coming in with this. Because again, remember, even if it moves back out over the Gulf and re-strengthens, we're still pulling in that moisture. If it stays over the state of Texas, still pulling in that moisture. We're looking at rainfall totals that could include in this white shaded area here upwards of 3 feet of rain, perhaps as much as 40 inches of rainfall. And I want to show you the National Hurricane Center track, because if you've ever looked at a hurricane before and you look at the track, what we often see is a cone, and we call it the cone of error. This time around, it does this. And so the cone is more like a circle. It's just going to sit and meander over portions of Texas, tapping into an unlimited source of moisture. We're talking about days on end of rain here. And again, rainfall totals that could top 40 inches in spots. Dana.
Meteorologist Megan Glaros of our Chicago station, WBBM. Thank you, Megan.